once again. Here we are, you, me, and my partner in crime, Dave. I'm Evil Chicken. This is Soarin Scratchin. Speaking of Mr.
Yes, that would be me. Howdy. I am the Eagle fan. Tonight, we're going to react to a little bit more comedy. So I hope you're ready to laugh.
Tragedy tomorrow, comedy tonight, baby. I'm excited.
This is a comedian who, I apologize now if you're easily offended. That's all I can say. I do apologize, although it kind of meets our sense of humor, or at least mine.
Well, if
I'm pretty certain it'll meet his as well.
Let's be honest. Now, the thing is, I don't know this gentleman in question. Who is this guy?
This is the best of
yes,
Anthony Jeselnik.
Okay. Maybe I'll know him if I see him.
I've only recently started to see a bunch of clips of his. Apparently, he did have a show, I believe, on Comedy Central at some point in time. But I don't know when that was. So I am not familiar with all of that.
All right, cool.
So,
well,
are you ready?
I am ready to giggle.
Okay. Here we go.
Great to be here in Montreal tonight. Great to be here. This past weekend, I had to go to Boston with my girlfriend, stay with her dad. Could not have been more uncomfortable. He wouldn't let us sleep in the same bedroom together. You know? He goes, "Sorry, buddy, I just don't trust you." I said, "Trust me, buddy. I'm fucking your daughter." My baby brother's in high school now, and we're close, but sometimes he'll try to take advantage of that, you know? A couple months ago, he calls me up, he goes, "Anthony, I just cut school for no reason, and now I need you to write me a sick note and then forge Dad's signature and make it good." And I did my best, but I'm horrible at stuff like that. The teacher took one look at the note and said, "Mikey, you expect me to believe this? You don't have AIDS."
Okay, before we get any further, I just wanted to see if he looked familiar to you at all.
Not at all. I have never seen this dude before. So
okay. Early thoughts?
It's pretty good. I'm giggling.
I kind of like his presentation.
Yes.
It's just very even.
Yes, exactly. You know, you had talked about this gentleman before. And the even delivery. It reminds. What was the comedian?
Stephen Wright with that kind of monotone delivery.
Yeah.
This is a little more, I think, extreme than yeah.
than dry. But I'm in. What else we got?
Okay.
Oh, fantastic. If you guys like that AIDS joke, I've got some great news. You're going to love this next AIDS joke. I just got an email from an ex-girlfriend of mine telling me that she has AIDS. And I didn't... I like your style. I just got an email from an ex-girlfriend telling me that she has AIDS, and I didn't know how to comfort her. So I just wrote back, "I know." I just read the biography of the guy who invented Super Mario Brothers. Did you know that when he was a kid, people used to laugh at him when he would kill turtles with a hammer? I once dated a girl who owned a parakeet. Oh my God. That fucking thing never shut up. But the bird was cool.
So, I think you're liking some of his stuff.
I'm starting to appreciate this gentleman, Mr. Jeselnik. Yes.
Takes a little getting used to his delivery there.
Yes, yes. I'm starting to get the gig, get the
And
flow.
knowing generally jokes aren't going the direction you initially think they're going to go.
Which is glorious. Yes. Yes, indeed.
Thank you. God, my girlfriend's so sensitive. A couple months ago, she got her hair cut. 2 inches cut off her hair, came home and cried for 2 hours. Finally went to her and said, baby, what are you so upset about? It's just a haircut. I'm the one who's got to find a new girlfriend. You guys have been a really good crowd. I mean, obviously, I've had way better. But I also had worse. I think the worst crowd I ever had was in this place called Great Barrington, Massachusetts. Have you guys ever heard of that? It's like a small town, like a couple hours north of New York, in between here and New York. It's like a nice place. They got trees and shit. But they just have one bar where everyone goes every night, you know? And one night I'm there doing a show, and it's going pretty well, until I tell this joke. I say, guys, favorite writer of all time, favorite author? William Shakespeare. Love Shakespeare. I still read Shakespeare today. And people will argue with me that it's impractical to read so much Shakespeare. But let me learn you something. If it wasn't for Romeo and Juliet, I would have totally overreacted when my fiancée killed herself. Now, clearly that's not a joke for everybody, right? I mean, pretty much just people who read. But wherever I go, at least one person will laugh really hard at that joke, you know, but not in Great Barrington, Massachusetts. In Great Barrington, Massachusetts, it was like a dead, angry silence until a guy yells out, Great Barrington, Massachusetts is the suicide capital of the country. And we hate that stuff here. Now, that's a tough situation. Luckily, I'm a professional. I knew I had 3 options to get out of it. Option number 1, apologize to everybody. Say, you guys, I'm really sorry. I didn't know that about your town. But if I had, I never would have told that joke. Not my style. Option number 2, point out the obvious. You should all move. But instead I went with option number 3. I said, you know what? Fuck Great Barrington, Massachusetts. The only good thing I can say about this town is the suicide rate isn't as high as it should be. Thank you, everybody. I might be...
So I have a feeling you didn't like that last one.
Well, you know, hey, you know who he reminds me of? If you listen to the intonation in his voice, he sounds like a young Christopher Walken. Try it out. See what you think.
I'm gonna have to listen for that.
Listen. Let's listen in this next batch of giggles.
Okay.
Hopefully.
One of the greatest guys of all time. Like, I've got a kid in Africa. Yeah. That I feed. That I clothe. That I school. That I inoculate for 75 cents a day. Which is practically nothing, you know, compared to what it costs to send them there. You guys are doing great so far. I love performing in Chicago. The only weird thing about performing in Chicago for me is after all my shows, everybody just wants to do drugs with me. I'd be like, Anthony, that was hilarious. I got a joint on me. Let's go smoke it. Hey, Jeselnik, amazing job, as usual. I've got mushrooms in my backpack. Let's eat them. And I've got to keep telling them the same thing I'm going to tell you guys right now. Hey, assholes. I'm fucking famous. Give it to me. I think my friend Jeff is gay. I don't know. I'm so bad with names. Smart crowd. When I was a kid, my friends and I got arrested for vandalizing a graveyard. $10,000 in damages. But we had a great lawyer who knocked it down to criminal trespassing and necrophilia. I make a lot of jokes about death because it's hilarious. My whole family's like that, kind of, you know. In fact, well before I was even born, my great-grandmother threw herself in front of a bus. Police tried to say she was committing suicide, but the family knew that she was just trying to stop civil rights.
I know he's back and forth for you there.
Well, hey. Goodness gracious.
Some of his stuff I really like.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, I hear Christopher Walken. He's like the second coming of Christopher Walken.
I can hear it a little bit in there. I forget what that reminds me of another thing I'll have to show you sometime if I can find it. You've probably heard it already. It's a Christopher Walken impersonation that somebody did. I forget what it was.
I've seen some pretty good Christopher Walken impersonations.
It was something about monsters as to which ones scare him.
Frankenstein never scared me.
That's the one.
Marsupials do.
It's the way they move.
'Cause they're fast. I could never do a good Christopher Walken. It's always been the bane of my existence.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Well, let's get back and hear the younger version of him.
Yes.
Yesterday, I accidentally hit a little kid with my car. It wasn't serious. Nobody saw me. And people get weird when kids die. No, that's
interesting
a fact.
Transition.
That's a fact. Like about a month ago, some kids in my neighborhood were playing hide and go seek, and one of them ended up in an abandoned refrigerator. It's all anybody talked about for weeks. I said, who cares? How many kids you know get to die a winner?
I know, so many of these are so wrong.
I assume you guys all knew who you were coming to see tonight. But if you didn't, you sure as shit know now.
Great to be here in Montreal tonight. Great to be here. This past weekend, I had to go to Boston with my girlfriend.
Oh.
Stay with her dad.
Hey, it started again. Sorry. I apologize.
Oh, please. No worries.
I
So
actually
yeah,
had on my channel a reaction video that I did. I forgot to set the video to end when it ended, so it
okay.
looped. It
Ah,
was
no
a
worries.
it was a Dimash reaction, and there was like a pause, and then the song came back in again, and I thought it was just because I've seen a lot of songs like that lately where there's a little bit of a pause right at the end,
Right.
and then a little bit more. I thought it was that, and I kept going, but it was also in a foreign language, so I didn't. It's not like I knew the words, knew the song, knew how long the song was going to be. Got going for a while, and I'm like, wait a minute, I've heard this part before. Realized I'm watching the song through twice. It got near the end. I'm like, I probably would have watched it about 5 times. How is this a 30-minute reaction to a 5-minute video?
What's going on here?
Yeah, this guy's different. He's not for everybody. I will admit that. I don't like all of his stuff, but some of his stuff that I do like, I really like. But the thing with him
Yes, yes.
is I think you would need to see new material probably with him if you go see him. I can't see his material being like, because some comedians I've seen in the past, a good portion of the show, it's like, okay, I've heard some of those stories before, but it still can be amusing. This, because of the fact it's that initial shock of it going different way than you had anticipated,
True.
that
Yeah.
gets you. That's not going to get you again.
True, true. Yeah, you know what? For what it's worth, though, he did make me laugh on. I'd say, he made me giggle. So God bless. Um, yeah, I see what you're saying about like the new material thing. It's kind of like the whole Andrew Dice Clay thing. When we were children and thought that was funny,
And then
you
after you've heard
once
it
or twice,
so many times,
and then you heard it a couple more times, and you're like, and then it became like, taking, glass and rubbing it against your arms, like,
well, well, it's like, I don't remember if you went to go see Howie Mandel with us.
I think I did.
Okay. I saw him there. Loved it.
Yeah.
I saw him again like a year later.
Yeah.
Took one of my other friends
Okay.
from back then, Kathy,
Yeah.
and
Right.
we went to go see him, and still liked him,
Sure.
but it was like, the whole show was basically the same thing
It
that
was
he
the
did
same
last
thing.
time.
Yeah, that kind of. Yeah, I mean, I understand for doing a tour, and you have material, but then when you go out on tour again, I hate to say it, but you need new material.
Yeah,
I mean,
and this was probably 90% the same,
oh, okay, yeah,
and that's when I realized that he was a little more risque than I thought that he was.
wow,
Or I should say, yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
uh, wow, okay.
Anyway, I'll
Yes,
explain more to you on that offline.
I understand. Some things we cannot discuss
So,
for the good of
you
mankind.
guys let us know your thoughts down below on this.
Yeah, what'd you think? He made me giggle a couple of times.
And any other suggestions? It could be other comedians as well.
Sure.
I know a lot of, I say this because I know it's probably going to be a common suggestion, of Bill Burr. I've seen a lot of that, and I'm okay with some of that, but I don't know how much my friend over there has seen of him.
Oh, I know Bill Burr.
Okay.
I know Bill Burr from several different places.
Okay.
He's a comedian. He's an actor. He's an ex stormtrooper on The Mandalorian. He's awesome. Oh, yeah. What was that? The King of Staten Island. He was amazing in that film. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, Bill Burr really knocked it out of the park in that movie. I was like, wow. I was just bowled over. Um, just really good. And Marissa Tomei, she's amazing too.
Well, we will discuss some of his clips to see if it's anything that you may have heard or may
Fair
sound
enough.
familiar.
Fair enough.
Just by telling you the name of the clip, you should pretty much know if you've heard it or not.
Gotcha.
It goes together well enough.
Okay.
Also, I watched a couple other Key and Peele clips.
Oh,
I don't know what you have or haven't seen from that.
I've seen almost all the seasons. It's awesome. But I
Okay.
there are stuff I have missed.
So I will let you know on some of those as well.
Beautiful.
So thank you guys out there for joining us.
Indeed.
Leave us your comments down below. A like, comment, and subscribe is always appreciated. Click on that little bell down there if you want to know when we're going to release other videos. Never pressured, though.
Indeed. Yeah, we're not into that. We're no pressure kind of peeps.
And as always, be good to each other.
Please. Oh, and stay healthy. We're coming out of this, and it's exciting and it's wonderful. But
Yes, it is.
but keep doing what you're doing. Things are working.
And keep your eyes to the sky, because there is something up there to see. You don't want to miss it. Who
Andrew,
knows
you
what
look
that is?
around?
Sorry.
That's a good point. No, you're right. Who does know what that is? And of course, keep your ear to the ground because you don't know what that is. Hopefully, it's not a stampeding herd of elephants.
True. It could be The Lion King Part 2.
There we go.
Don't be
Yeah.
Mufasa.
Don't be Mufasa. Poor Mufasa. Anyway, we digress.
Yes, we do.
Thank you.
Yes. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.